This video and this information could change your life. Just sit back, relax, and treat this video like a podcast and just pay attention. Hear me out for just a few minutes. Enjoy.
If you're an ICP holder and you found this channel right now, you're in luck, because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, we're going to be breaking down ICP, right? Listen, guys, fundamentally, this coin is absolutely amazing, but as you know right now, the last few videos have all been technical analysis because there's actually a big shortage of technical analysis, at least proper ones, on YouTube as of right now. So I want to be able to provide you guys that so you feel more comfortable with holding your coin, knowing where there's a high probability in terms of technical analysis, where it's going to go, right? Let's break this down very, very quickly. Give you a quick history. As you know, ICP kind of took a dumpy from when it was released, right? It was pretty much released at like the worst time, right? That's okay. It happens. It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter how it started. It matters how it's going to finish. And trust me, oh, we're going to finish strong, bruh. We're going to finish strong. Let me tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, right? ICP pretty much was creating this triangle, right? More or less. And whether or not you believe in this type of stuff, trust me, these triangles, these trend lines work. When you use them properly, they work on crypto, right? We can see ICP was literally in hell at one point, right? It was all the way down here below relevant resistance, but then we broke up and out of it. And actually just a handful of weeks later, right, when momentum was switching, right, you could see this candle, how big it was compared to all these other candles. You can see the momentum switching. Boom, we fly out. We fly out. We shoot, right? We get into this weekly candle right here, this weekly institutional candle, and then we sell off. But that's okay because fundamentally, we're still looking good. And I'll tell you why, right? You have pretty much 0.1, 0.2, this is 0.3, and pretty much 0.4, what we expect is going to be somewhere up here, right? So a good pretty much staircase like this. What does that mean? Uptrend, okay? You may not look at it because of how ICP's structure is so weird, but we are pretty much in a nice bullish trend. Trust me on this, all right? So what happened with ICP? Why did it dump? Well, ladies and gentlemen, right, we went to the institutional candle. As you know, March, April time was absolute fantastic for crypto. And then just as things go up, they must come down, especially if they want to be healthy. And now look, this is super good for ICP in the future because it is clearing imbalances. Imbalances is pretty much when a price shoots up super fast up or down, right? And the market's supposed to be more like a staircase, okay? So you can clearly see this candle was kind of crazy. But luckily, ICP went down all the way here, pretty much filling up this whole big mess. And then if we break it down on a smaller time frame, we could actually see that we were going to this things called order blocks. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. But that is one of the best ways to catch reversals is to identify order blocks and then have the coin or the forex pair, whatever you trade, go into the order blocks, okay? Now, what is next with ICP? Well, overall, ladies and gentlemen, right, on this smaller time frame, on like the lower end, right, we are kind of stuck in this area, but we are slowly breaking out of it. So for me, ICP should not really be going lower than $8, right? And in general, we should be shooting up. If you're kind of hesitant, it's like, oh, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Personally, I would buy now. Whether I buy at $8, $8.59, $9.50, even $7.50 or $10, for me, that is obviously a little bit relevant because I want more money at the end of the day, but not that relevant because you got to remember, you're not going to sell at the very top. So you're going to have to accept it that you're not going to buy the literal bottom and you're not going to sell the literal top, okay? And once you got a mentality in, life becomes much better because then you actually experience profits, right? So what is the next thing for ICP? Well, we have to get past this big resistance area. Once we get past the $20 mark, ladies and gentlemen, the next relevant area, if we actually look, pretty much is this big zone over here at around 42 bucks. We can see multiple monthly candles, right? Multiple monthly candles holding this, which means it's going to be hard to push out of the zone, but trust me, once ICP does, because it will, it is actually going to fly very, very high, because the next relevant area we have is this right here, right? From 40 to pretty much 90. And then pretty much from 90, right, we have this monthly candle and liquidity here. And we start breaking down a weekly because we have to, because ICP's, like I said, structure is hella weird because of, what happened, right? If we actually start breaking it down, the last relevant liquidity is pretty much, I mean, there's a bit more up here definitely, but it's starting to be around the 180s, okay? And which I believe is a very, very realistic scenario where, or price where pretty much ICP will kind of top, right? ICP could go higher than that, of course, but it might require the second pump, okay? It might require the second pump if there's going to be one. But in terms of the first pump, definitely, all this liquidity being swept is very, very realistic. Now, after that, guys, it gets kind of awkward because the next big target, which is my initial price prediction, I think could go to 260. Now, I can't tell you that it's going to go in the first pump, okay? I'm personally getting out of the first pump with all my coins, or like most of them, depending on the context. Because, right, if you see $1 million and then now it's back to 200K, you might be like, oh fuck, I might just have to take out the 200K. And then if you see like 4 months later, it's back up to, it would have been like 800, 900 million, 1.5. You're gonna want to shoot yourself in the head. So for me, when that first initial high pump comes, that's when I'm cashing out. All right, but technically, right, we could have a double pump, which means ICP could be going to the absolute moon. Now, the last literal relevant area is 500 bucks, but just be wary that that is an extremely high market cap, and that might require the next possible cycle or a lot of crypto adoption, right? I can't tell you how well crypto is going to be adopted. I'm going based off extremely high probability of, let's say, the market cap doubling from last time, which would be around 6 trillion, right? And the realistic area is still 8 to like 10-ish, but I rather shoot under and be satisfied than shoot over and expect something that never happens. So if price were to 20x, which would be around 85 billion market cap, that would be $180, which is actually perfect because, like I said, we are going to be taking the last relevant liquidity out, which is all these daily candles. Yes, there's still 1 and 2 here, but like I said, regardless, right? Still absolutely fantastic. And yeah, guys, obviously, I know some of this market structure, like it's not that I rushed it, but I gave you big general zones, okay? Because I could give you little micro zones, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's going to be the big zones that are going to be rejecting your price, or if crypto respects it or ICP respects it, that those zones are going to cause ICP to go up to next big relevant zones, because that's like the bigger picture at the end of the day. Well, look, guys, ICP, as we know, fundamentally, absolute beautiful coin. It's time to stack up on it. I think, this is it. This is it. This is really it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't regret it. ICP to the motherfucking moon.